Want to speak real Afrikaans from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at afrikaanspod101.com.
Sonbrille, sunglasses. Sy het die mooiste sonbrille. She has the most beautiful sunglasses. She being me, I definitely do. They're very comfortable. It's really nice if you have this little string thing to keep them there, because then when you're on the beach, it's a kind of cloudy day like today, you don't really need them, but then every now and then the sun just peeps out at you and you just go, voila, I can see. But not today, because it is cloudy and I don't really need them. Strand Beach. Ons gaan môre Durban Strand toe. We're going to Durban Beach tomorrow. Well, if you are going to Durban Beach tomorrow, lucky you. That's the nicest place where the water is all nice and warm and you can swim in the sun, surrounded by lovely, wonderfully happy people. So if you're going to Durban Strand tomorrow, then you're a really lucky person. I'm not at Durban Strand and the sea here is a lot colder, so I won't be swimming today, but if you go, enjoy. Swimming. Ek swem in die see. I'm swimming in the sea. Clearly, like I just said, I'm not swimming in the sea today because it is freezing here. But if you're at the Durban Strand, then the sea is where you want to be. Ocean. Die oceaan is mooi en blauw vandag. The ocean is nice and blue today. Well, it is. I mean, I don't know if you can see very well, but it's beautiful and blue. A lot of those times where it's like spring tide or something and then the water goes all murky and brown and reddy, but not today and not most of the time. So if you're at the ocean, if you're at the strand, have a look at the sea, see what color it is, try to decipher what shade of blue it is. I love playing that game. And then you get everyone around you to say a color and then you actually search the color and see which one of you got the closest one. I never win, but it's quite nice to notice the little things. So notice the actual color of the ocean water or the sand around you or even the plants and things on the tree. Like notice what their little leaves look like, what the little bird walking on the sand's little feet look like. These little details really add to having the most wonderful, fulfilling beach day experience. So check out the sea, check if it's blue, and if it is, then the oceaan is mooi and blauw. Reis in die buiteland. To travel abroad. Ek hou daarvan om in die buiteland te reis. I like to travel abroad. I love to travel abroad, and I bet you do too. I mean, I think everyone does. If South Africa is abroad for you, then you'll love it even more to travel abroad over here and do all the things and see all the places and meet all the people. And yeah, traveling's the best. You're seeing new cultures, learning new languages like Afrikaans. Reis, travel, do it all the way, all the time, as much as you can, while you can. Ontspan op die strand, to relax at the beach. Hulle geniet dit om elke dag op die strand te ontspan. They like to relax on the beach every day. Who doesn't like to relax on the beach every day? On a sunny, wonderful day where it's not too hot, it's not too cold, we're just in the perfect temperature. The water's a bit cold over here, depends on which strand you go to, but ontspan op die strand is such a summery thing, such a thing that you should definitely know how to say if you're planning on spending the summer in South Africa, because a lot of us do it. There's a lot of these surfer people everywhere. So enjoy it. Enjoy your ontspanning op die strand. Om Afrikaans te leer op afrikaanspod101.com. To learn Afrikaans on afrikaanspod101.com. Dit is lekker om Afrikaans te leer met afrikaanspod101.com. It is fun to learn Afrikaans on afrikaanspod101.com. Well, of course it is. We're here right now, aren't we? I'm in summer, isn't it? So if you're here, watch these videos, learn these things. In the summer, it's lekker te leer Afrikaans and on afrikaanspod101.com. And then you can go out in the evening or in the day or the next day and use the things that you've learned. So what a better time to do it is when you're here, and what a better time to be here than in the summer. Om te leer Suid-Afrikaanse kos te maak. To learn to cook South African food. Sy moet leer hoe om Suid-Afrikaanse kos te maak. She has to learn how to cook South African food. I think everyone should learn how to cook South African food because South African food is yummy. There's so many, we're quite big on the meats and the veggies and the yummy barbecued dishes. So I think it's a must. It's a love and it's a great thing to do. It's good to learn it. It's good to eat it. So if you learn it, you can make it and eat it. So it's a win-win. A braai te hê. To have a barbecue. Dit is lekker om elke naweek te braai. It's nice to have a barbecue every weekend. If you're South African, you definitely will be having a braai every weekend. I know I do. It's such a thing, like I was just saying about the meat on the barbecue. It's very, very South African, and you can't come to South Africa or you can't know South African people who don't have a braai elke naweek. It's just great atmosphere, great jol, have some drink in the hand, the sun in the sky, braai. Very, very lovely. Nice memories to make, nice memories to remember. Just have a braai. Sandkasteel, sandcastle. Die kinders bou 'n sandkasteel. The children are building a sandcastle. Who doesn't love building sandcastles on the beach? You don't have to be a child to do it. I actually did it yesterday with a little kid. So I was playing with him, but I think I was the one enjoying it more than he was. You can build big ones, small ones, lots of little ones, add them all together. You can make those drippy ones with wet sand. Like, sandcastles are endless creations of fun and creativity. So if you don't like building one with a bucket and a spade and all that stuff, and you're one of the looser creative types, you can use your hands, use tools. The best thing about sand is you can do almost anything with it. So go, when you're next to the beach, go make a spectacularly amazing sandkasteel and show your friends, take a photo, post it on Instagram, do whatever. But most of all, before doing all those things, just enjoy it. It's such a nice thing to just play with your hands and do things and make things, and it's such a nice stress relief. So not only are you in the sun, having fun, swimming in your nuwe swembroek, using your hands, stress relief, creativity. It's just, what a better way to spend your day at the beach than making sandkasteel. Gety, tide. Die gety is baie hoog vandag. The tide is very high today. Well, actually, it's not where I am right now. It's actually quite low tide, but yesterday it was such a hoë gety. I came to the beach and we could only walk on like this much sand because there was so much water everywhere. And sometimes it's nice to be here in low tide because there's lots of sand for you to walk on and play on and run on and do whatever you want to do on the beach. But actually, it's also really nice to come in the hoë gety because then you're seeing all the little bubbles and all the little snails that come out of the ocean, and the whole beach becomes alive because there's so much life in the water that's now surrounding the beach that you're usually running on. So it's quite cool that it changes so much in one day, but that space of sand is enjoyed by not only us when it's low tide, but also by all the little sea creatures living in the sea sand that we don't really notice until it's hoë gety and they come out and swim and play and whatever. So it's quite a cool thought to think of, don't you think? Om fiets te ry. Om fiets te ry. To ride a bike. Om fiets te ry. To ride a bike. Om fiets te ry spaar geld. Riding a bike saves money. It really does. You don't have to pay for petrol, you don't have to pay for car insurance, you don't have to pay for any of those things. All you have to pay for is a helmet, some little lights, maybe a bell, and your bike, and then voila, you're right there. You've got your exercise in for the day, you're not contributing to pollution, and you feel better. People smile at you as you drive past, and you get to work with a smile on your face because you have those endorphins pumping. Just ride a bike. It's better for you, it's better for the environment. Win, 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 like I always say. Om te gee vir die omgewing. Om te gee vir die omgewing. To care for the environment. Om te gee vir die omgewing. To care for the environment. Meer mense kan omgee vir die omgewing. more people can care for the environment. If we teach our children to, if we stick to all the rules that we've just been through, then yes, maybe we can encourage and inspire others to be like us, to do the same things, to be those earthy people that makes everyone cringe a little bit, but also have so much pride for, because they're the ones that, after all, they're the ones that can make a difference in this world. Om energie te spaar. Om energie te spaar. To save energy. Om energie te spaar. To save energy. Daar is baie maniere om energie te spaar. There are many ways to save energy. There's many ways to save energy. For example, it's so easy when you leave your bedroom, switch the light off. While you're brushing your teeth, close the tap while you're brushing and then just quickly rinse your toothbrush again afterwards. We're not just talking about electricity here. We're talking about anything that you can save, anything that's left on when it doesn't really need to be. Switch the TV off, switch the radio off if you're not really listening, if it's just a little bit of background noise. Saving energy can save so much. Not only does it save you money, but it'll also save all the extra things going into the air that we don't even know about. So just try, switch the light off next time you leave the room, or like I said, don't leave taps running. Water is so scarce. If you're not used to it being scarce, come live in Cape Town. Om 'n boom te plant. Om 'n boom te plant. To plant a tree. Om 'n boom te plant. To plant a tree. Kinders geniet dit om 'n boom te plant. Children enjoy planting trees. Not only children, I also love planting trees. What a nice way to give back to our Mother Earth. People don't plant trees often enough. People cut them down left, right, and center. Make me a house. I need some wood. Cut me down a forest. No. So easy. Just go to the local nursery, buy a little plant, buy a little tree, go find a piece of ground and stick it in. It's so easy, and it helps our earth, and it helps the air we're breathing be a little bit more clear. Planting trees is such an enriching experience, so much more than people think. So if you have children, if you have a niece or a nephew, or your friend has a baby, not a baby, a child, take them to plant a tree. Watch how much they enjoy it. Watch how much you enjoy it. And then try and make it a ritual. Do it every week. Do it every month. Do it every year. It doesn't have to be that often, but if every person plants a tree, think about the big difference that we can all make. Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Have you gained weight recently? Het jy onlangs gewig opgetel? Have you gained weight lately? It's quite a harsh thing to say to someone, something you should learn but not say. Know it so that if someone tells you, you can be like, no, I haven't, thanks, and it's got nothing to do with you anyway. And if you have, who cares? Like, love yourself, love your body, and ignore people who ask you if you've picked up weight. Jy het 'n grys haar. Jy het 'n grys haar. You have a grey hair. Jy het 'n grys haar. You have a grey hair. This is quite scary, especially if you're getting a little bit older, but not that much older, and you're finding a grys haar, and you're like, my life is going so quickly. But it's not the end of the world. It's fine. Just pluck it out, or dye it, or actually just own it. Go grey. Grey is the new black. Well, I don't know. It's grey is the new grey, but own it. Own yourself, own your body, own your hair, own everything. It's making you a happier person that way. Ek het jou gesê. Ek het jou gesê. I told you so. Ek het jou gesê. I told you so. Hate hearing this from people because it means you were wrong, and ek het jou gesê, it sounds so condescending. But if you're the one to say it, you're feeling a little bit better. So I guess it's one to learn and hopefully use. Jy is afgedank. Jy is afgedank. You're fired. Jy is afgedank. You are fired. So this one is quite terrible. No one really wants to hear that. And unfortunately in Afrikaans, it doesn't even have that punch. Like, yes, afgedank doesn't really sound as much as you're fired. But if someone says that to you, I'm really sorry. Good luck finding a new job. And maybe ask why so that you can change something, I guess.
Dit is nie jy nie, dis ek. Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. It's not you, it's me.
Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. It's not you, it's me. Another one that we definitely don't want to hear if you're in a relationship and they're ending things with you or telling you something and it's not you, it's me. Ugh, you're right. It probably is you, but they're just trying to be polite. But if you're using this one, maybe don't. Like, learn it in Afrikaans. Dit is nie jy nie, dit is ek. But don't use it in that way because most of the time it's just something that softens the blow, but it doesn't really actually do that.
Môre. Môre. Morning.
Ek gaan môre kom kuier. I'm going to come visit tomorrow. This one has a r like before. It's a little bit easier, but you have to remember to read môre, because in English it's spelled like more. So don't say more, say môre. And the older generations of Afrikaans people, they might say it a little bit differently, and they sometimes say môre, but it's more commonly used as môre.
Lacquer. Lacquer. Nice. Delicious.
Die kos is baie lekker. This food is very nice. This word is a must. You must learn how to say this word. Lacquer. Lacquer. Because it is used all the time in South Africa. Everything is lekker. Not just the kos that we were just talking about. The weather is lekker. The party was lekker. The drink is lekker. My friends are lekker. It's just a word that we use all the time. So it's definitely lekker to know the word lekker.
Rol. Rol. Roll.
Die pen het gerol. The pen rolled. This one is funny because roll, all you have to do is roll your tongue on your mouth, so it makes the r sound like before. Roll. It's quite nice to say, actually, if you say it a couple of times in a row. Roll.
Gek. Gek. Crazy.
Die man is gek om te spring. The man is crazy to jump. You're saying that because you're watching some bungee jumping show or someone jumping out of an airplane. They are gek. And gek is also a bit of a gek word to know because it's of the g sound and the ek, which means me. So it's like you're saying you are gek, but you're not really. But it's a gek word. It's a gek lekker word. Crazy nice word.
Lach. Lach. Laugh.
Ek lag elke dag vir my hond. I laugh at my dog every day. Lach is such a lekker word. To laugh is it's the greatest thing ever. So it's important to learn this word because maybe learning how to say it will make you laugh and then you'll have a happy memory and remember the word and it's a win-win situation.
Raas. Raas. Noise.
Die bure raas baie. The neighbors are very noisy. Just like me sitting here in the park today where there's a lot of people around me having picnics and everything and there's quite a lot of noise going on, but at least the raas isn't too much for me to make this lovely video and teach you some Afrikaans. So raas.
Hoe gaan dit met jou? Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you?
Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you? So now in the conversation, you're at that part where you've realized that they have a cool name, they seem pretty cool, and you want to know a little bit more about them. So you ask them, hoe gaan dit? And then remember to listen, because people always say this and then don't listen to the response or don't really care about the response. Only ask these things if you care, because it's way nicer that way.
Goed, dankie. En met jou? Goed, dankie. En met jou? I'm fine, thanks. And you?
And then the typical response, or hopefully the response because it's positive. Goed, dankie. En met jou? Goed, dankie. En met jou? I'm fine, thanks. And you? So that obviously follows the previous one, answering how you are doing and then asking back to the person, because that's only polite. You don't want to be like, yeah, I'm fine, thanks, bye. You want to be polite, ask them how they're doing back if they asked it first. Otherwise, maybe don't say it if you asked it first, because then it's just like a continuous cycle that's never ending.
Asseblief. Asseblief. Please.
Asseblief. Please. Very popular in South Africa because we're all very polite people here. But please remember, see, I said it there again. Please remember to be polite when you're asking for something or commenting on something that requires a please. No, it'll be a question. So be polite, remember your manners, and say asseblief if you are looking for something.
Dankie. Dankie. Thank you.
Dankie. Thank you. So there we go again with the politeness. Be very kind and warm when someone tells you something or compliments you or gives you an answer to that asseblief question that you just asked. Say thanks, say dankie. And if you can't remember the word, think of a donkey. That's how I always used to tell people. And then just change the sound a little bit, because you can't say donkey, you must say dankie.
Jy is welkom. Jy is welkom. You're welcome.
Jy is welkom. You're welcome. So that's the response. If someone said dankie to you, you're obviously going to say you're welcome. Jy is welkom. Because it wasn't such a schlep for you to tell them what they wanted, and you don't mind telling them, so jy is welkom.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.